Yo, 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 what's up? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game, and I want to introduce you to the massive game collection. This is 24 products that I've done over the past 2 decades, right? That you're going to get for one low price. Check this out. Now, in the massive game collection, you're going to get my audio and video programs, seminars, and ebooks. These audio and video programs include How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day audiobook, The Bad Boys Guide to Dating program, Master Approaching Women in 30 Days or Less, The Magnificent 10 Crucial Dating Tips for Men, Man Up, Principles Every Man Should Live By, The Abundance Mindset, How to Date Multiple Women Successfully, The Confidence Booster, Become the Man Women Naturally Desire, The Conversation Booster, Know Exactly What to Say to Spark Attraction, The Secret Woman Code, 7 Things Women Do to Deceive and Play Games, The Simple Way to Talk to Women, What Every Man Should Know About Sex, Dating, and Relationships, and Stop Being Nice and Friendly, How to Escape the Friend Zone for Good. Now, the seminars you're gonna get are Expectations versus Reality Seminar, The Bad Boy Seminar, The Truth About the Game Seminar, How to Pick Up and Date Multiple Women Seminar, The Manhood and the Game Seminar, Reclaim the Game Seminar, and Step Up Your Dating Game Audio Seminar. And the ebooks that you're gonna get are Looks Don't Matter ebook, How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day ebook, The Bad Boy ebook, and 60-second game ebook. This collection covers everything you need to know about attracting and maintaining beautiful women in your life. This is what you're gonna learn. How to approach women with confidence, overcoming your fear of rejection, mastering conversations and how to flirt, improving your appearance and presence, dating multiple women without drama, staying out the friend zone, understanding female psychology, and much, much more. I've noticed that many men today are either afraid to approach women or have given up entirely thinking it doesn't work anymore, right? I see a lot of videos on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube of women saying they don't want to be approached. And then they're saying they want to be approached. And guys are confused and guys are frustrated at approaching women. And so what I've done is that I've created a brand new program, right? That is only available on the massive game collection called Approaching Reborn, to motivate you guys to really go out there and approach. So this program, Approaching Reborn, is going to give you 5 easy proven ways to start approaching women again without fear of constant rejection, right? So inside this program, you're going to learn the mindset shift that makes approaching natural and stress-free, also an approach style that drastically reduces instant rejection, and then 3 powerful ways to approach women in different situations for maximum results, and more insider tips when you check out this program. So not only are you going to get all these other programs, you're going to get this brand new program called Approaching Reborn that's going to teach you how to really go out there, approach, and get the results that you want. How much will you need to invest to get the massive game collection? Now, keep in mind, you're getting 24 products. So if you were to purchase each of these products individually, it would come up to $2,185 if you got all of these combined. But you're not gonna have to invest that much today, because from now up until August 31st, 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can get the massive game collection for the low price of only $997. That's it. Only $997. So that means you're saving more than $1,000, right? Guys, let's be honest. You've probably spent more this year simping, tricking, going on dates with women who don't like you and waste your time. So now's the time to stop making the same mistakes you've been making and invest in yourself so you can get what you want out of the dating game. Now remember, you have from now up until August 31st, 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to get on the discount price of $997, all right? Because on September 1st, the price is gonna go way, way up. So make sure you click the link below or go straight to shoplocario.com right now to get the massive game collection today. right, we here. We are here. What's poppin'? We here. It's your boy, Mr. Locario, and April MC in the building. What's going on, man? Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody in the building. Who we got up in here? Let's see. We got Duke Alex. We got Raymond. We got who else we got up in here? Phoenix in the building. We got Captain Creator. Who else we got? Armani was good. Skills Fitness. Duke Alex. Mr. Rojas. Captain Creator in the building. Ray, what's going on? No Data. What's popping with you? Who else we got up in here? Mark Tavius in the building. Who else we got up in here? TMJ. Who else? Jillian T. Mr. Edmund was good. It's G-Rad. What's popping with you, man? With Cigar. What's going on? Who else we got up in here? Ludway is in the building. Blastomatic. El Barro was popping with you, man. Appreciate everybody tuning in. And we are here today to give you guys this game. You feel what I'm saying? So what's going on, April? How's everything?
Everything's good, you know? I mean, other than the fact that I barely got any sleep last night. and not for a good reason.
Come on.
I had a sick dog who decided to be sick at 3 and 4:30 and you know.
Yeah.
Not a fun night. So, you know.
But now we here.
Be gentle.
We are here, people. So today we're talking about how women can't hide this when they want you. You feel what I'm saying? They can't do it. They cannot hide it. You feel what I'm saying?
But you know what's going to happen is that for the guys that have never experienced that before, they're going to be like, that's not true.
Oh, yeah, that's the thing. That's
like,
the thing.
that doesn't happen. No girl does that.
Right, exactly. And guys, if you want to call in, the call-in number is 844-672-7300. 844-672-7300 is the number. You feel what I'm saying? So you guys can donate. You know, if you want to ask a question, put a Q in the chat and we will get to your question. So make sure you guys do that and get the cracking. So basically what we're talking about is this. So the other day I put out this video and, you know, it was about a girl saying that she went over this guy's house. They hooked up and, you know, he was giving her chores and she came over and did the chores and they just had sex and then he ghosted her. And, you know, she just was like even excited about the fact that, hey, I had a chance to be with this guy. You understand what I'm saying? She was just excited and all about that, right? And so what we want to talk about today is that when a woman has really high interest, right? She can't
really high interest.
Exactly, really high interest.
Okay.
Really high interest. She can't hide it. You understand? And it's going to be super easy for you to make things happen, like super easy. You understand what I'm saying? And so we're going to talk about some of the things that women will do when they have that super high interest, you know, some of the things women will do when they really like you so that you guys don't waste your time out here. You don't bother dealing with women who are just kind of like there just to take up space and, you know, just play games with you and all that other stuff. Keep you as like a placeholder. Keep you as the guy for like, you know, I'll deal with him if nothing else comes up. I'm bored. I'll get him to take me out to dinner, you know, that type of stuff. You don't want to be that guy. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you really think girls do that?
Oh, stop it. Stop. You know what I'm saying? You already know.
A placeholder?
You already know. So this is the thing. So we're going to talk about some of these things and, you know, and you let me know because, you know, and this is good that, you know, you're here to give some insight because I think a lot of times guys don't believe that things like that occur, meaning that a woman will just come over and hook up or a woman will just be like all about it just that's easily, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so the thing is this, one of the things we can talk about is how a woman, when she really is feeling you, she will go out of her way to see you, right? So it doesn't matter how far you live. Sometimes it doesn't matter how late it is. It could be 2 a.m. You know, it doesn't matter sometimes even if she has work in the morning, right? Like if a woman is really feeling you, a lot of times she'll sacrifice a lot of these things just to come and see you. So what's your take on that? April? Well,
okay. First and foremost, I would like to say thank you to Steve for allowing me to sit in for him today.
Shout out to Steve. So Steve had to handle some business. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Steve.
So here I am. But yeah, I mean, I've definitely sacrificed sleep. 100%. And I think that, I mean, I'm not typically the one that will go out late, but I will let somebody come over late.
Right.
You know, because I'm that interested,
Right.
But I think that, you know, when you think about what women will do when they want you,
right.
I mean, the sky's really kind of the limit. Like you're really only limiting yourself because you know, what are you willing to ask for? What are you willing to do? I mean, going back to that video, like we had a whole funny conversation twice actually,
right,
about the girl, you know, based on first the video and then based on the comments that were coming from the video.
Right.
You know, just about people that are like, oh, there's no way that a girl would do that and whatever. And I said, but for really good dick or a really talented mouth, she will do that.
Right.
And I think that, and you know, and one of the comments that she made on her own, like in her own comment section, was he was a really good eater. So she was willing to, you know, come over, bring this, cook this, clean that,
right,
do his laundry, whatever it was, all that he was asking for. You know, she was a willing participant for as long as he allowed her to be.
Right.
And I think that that's the key. Like, you guys have to keep the ball in your court, you know, and know that, like, if things are getting funky, then like it's time to cut it off.
Right.
And not like, oh, I'm going to give her one more chance. I'm going to give her one more chance. If she's just a fuck buddy, then that's all she is. That's all she'll ever be. So.
Right. Exactly. And Nina said it right there. She kept returning. So, so the thing is this, you know, I think what guys got to understand too is that, because I saw a lot of comments where and even when these things are brought up where a woman is just like going out of her way and making things happen, I would see a lot of people say, well, you know what? The reason why she came over his house that many times and hooked up with him and did whatever he wanted is because he was super tall and good looking. So they went back into her comment section and they said, oh, well, he was 6'6" and this and this and that. Right now, this is what guys don't understand, right? Any woman that does that for you sees you as that attractive. No matter how tall you are, no matter how you look, she sees you as that attractive.
Yep.
Shout out to Kay Zagan in the building. Salute to that good-looking couple. That guy in the video was strictly dealing with that woman on his terms, and because of her level of attraction towards him, she was 100% in. Exactly. That's a fact. And this what guys don't understand. So guys are like, well, he was 6'6", so that was the reason, right? So she could like that guy because he's 6'6". That's just what turned her on, right?
That was the initial draw.
Right, exactly. But the thing is guys will say, well, that's not going to happen unless you're like that. Bro, I'm 5'11". And so my life dealing with women is exactly like that video. So when I heard guys saying, oh, that would never happen in real life, I'm like, yes, it does. It happens all the time because that's my life. And I'm not 6'6". You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that the women who've, you know, interacted with me that way is because they were highly interested in me. So when we told you guys about the game, you have to find women who are highly interested in you like that.
I mean, why do you think I helped him decorate his apartment? Just saying.
But that's what I want you guys to understand. So when a woman has high interest in you, you understand what I'm saying? You got to understand that that's how she's going to, you know, act towards you. You said every guy who mentioned his height exposed themselves as guys who are insecure about their height. Of course, that would never happen for you when you're insecure. Exactly. And this is what a lot of guys don't get. So imagine you're thinking this would never happen for me because I'm not 6'6" or I'm not 6'7" or whatever it is, right? Or you're thinking, well, this type of stuff only happens to certain guys. That doesn't happen for me. And then when you have that mentality or that mindset, that's when things are going to, you know, really suck for you because you're going to think, man, I can't really get things going because I'm not like that other guy. But understand that if a woman is really feeling you, she's going to respond to you that way. It's really that simple. You see what I'm saying?
I mean, and going back, so on the way here, I came across this article in People magazine, right? So Ron Howard, for all of you people that know, great filmmaker, whatever, and has had, early on had an acting career. And so of course I then start Googling him so the article was about the fact that he's been married for 50 years. He's maintained a relationship with Henry Winkler,
right?
Which, yes, Joe Blast, happy days. Here we go. We're going to date ourselves. And I said, if I talk about this, I know I'm really going to date myself. But then I started Googling, right? So I'm looking at Ron Howard because I'm like, okay, how old is this guy that he's been married for 50 years? Like, what did he get married when he was like 5? You know? So he's 70, I think 71, I said, right? And so, but he's only, what did I say, 5'8" or 5'9"?
Who are Ron Howard? Yeah, like 5'9", right.
Okay. So I was like, wow, I never thought Ron Howard was that tall or was that short, because I just felt like the people that he surrounded himself with are tall as well. Or, he always seemed to be taller than them, which then caused me to Google Henry Winkler, because I was like, which is the Fonz, for those who don't know. That's the cool guy on the show. That's like the coolest guy in the show, gets all the women, blah, 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 who is 5'6". And I was like, oh my gosh, if these guys only knew like this show and, how cool this guy was in that era and whatever, like, and being 5'6", like it wasn't even like a thought to me that he was going to be that short. Right. So because personality. And then I was Googling, okay, so there's now a new picture out with Kim Kardashian and Northwest. Northwest is now taller than Kim. So I was like, but I didn't think that Kanye was that tall. Kanye's only 5'8". Right. And Kim is 5'2", and North is taller than her. And I was like, that's so crazy because like same thing. Kanye and Kim, because you were like, I didn't think she was that short. Right. And we were talking about the fact that personality, these big personalities, right, seem like they're a lot taller because of the way they present themselves, the confidence they have in themselves, right, whatever. I mean, and I feel like when I've talked to people on the phone or I've interviewed people, over the phone, over Teams, over Zoom, whatever it is. Right. And then they meet me in person. If it's over the phone, first of all, they always think I'm blonde. And then secondly, they're always so surprised that I'm only 5 feet tall. So I think, again, it's really like how you present that really, speaks to a woman or a person in general. Right. And I think Frankie Shot sent $20 for 4 free calls. So I didn't. I think he said for support. I didn't see that. Okay, so for calls. Okay, so then that's not for free calls. He said for support. So fuck it. You guys ain't got no free calls. So let me answer Lloyd's question, because Lloyd is asking stupid questions like other people. I actually think this is Walter also, who has like 10 different accounts. So it says, if it happens all the time like the other guy for you, why didn't it happen in Miami with Miles? Please don't blame it on the cameras. I'm just seriously want to hear your response. Lloyd, all right, hold on. I don't know how many times we need to say this. let me say it, because this let me break it down for these guys, because some of these guys are just slow, right? So when we were in Miami, we were talking to women and having regular conversations. We were not trying to get with women. We were not flirting with women to get with them. We were not building sexual tension. We were not in a situation where we're actually interacting with a woman to make something happen. This is what you guys got to understand. So what happens is that when a woman is sexually attracted to you, right? Part of what makes her sexually attracted to you is the feeling she gets when she's interacting with you, when you're building sexual tension and you're in that situation. So what happens is that if you're dealing with a woman in the context of flirting and building sexual tension, she will respond to you that way, and that's where all of it begins. So, Lloyd, this is how stupid your question sounds. Let me say it a different way.
That's like you saying, hey, Locario, when you went into that, department store and you stood on the side, how come you didn't, those people didn't sell you sneakers or any other items? Because I wasn't going in there to shop. I went in there to take a shit in the bathroom. That's why. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that was the reason. This is why you guys don't understand the game. What happens is that game requires participation. That's why when you guys see videos of dudes just standing in the street and, oh, this girl walked up to him, that don't mean anything, because you actually have to participate in engaging in order to create a situation to happen that's sexual. You see what I'm saying? This is why you guys don't understand the game, because what happens is that y'all think that things happen without effort. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Effort has to happen in order for something to go down. So even in the video where the girl was like, oh, I came over his house and we did this and we did that, it still took him effort to talk to her, set up the situation, interact with her, flirt with her in order to get her from point A to point Z. You understand what I'm saying? This is what you guys have to understand. So when a woman has high interest in you, right? It's not you just standing there and shit happens. You still have to create the situation. Like, I don't understand why you guys think that this shit is some like magical thing. Like, you just walk outside and be like, hey guys, I'm here. And then the women just start. No. You have to create the situation. You see what I'm saying?
Even so, we started watching Love is Blind UK.
Right.
And there's clearly a couple who she was on the fence with another guy and going back and forth and whatever. But in the pods, she had more sexual chemistry with the guy she ended up choosing.
Right.
Well, now they literally are out of the pods and they have nothing to talk about. Like nothing. They're not sharing anything. They're not talking about anything.
Right.
Et cetera, et cetera. And I think that like that goes back to, I mean, they were both good looking guys, right? So, but I think that goes back to like, you still have to lead the situation. You have to take control. You have to make the things that you want to have happen.
Right. Exactly.
You don't just get to be like, I'm a pretty face. So let's sit at the bar and you can stare at me and lust after me. And then we can just get out of here.
Right. Exactly. Let's see. We got 612. What's poppin'? Who this?
Yo, this is Tim. I sent money to your Venmo.
All right, I got you. I see you. Appreciate it, fam. So what's going on with you?
Yeah.
What's up?
So, great point. Like Lloyd Ringo, I have, I love you, bro. But I did want to make this point about, because I think a lot of guys, I come from like years ago, I was like looking at the PUA shit, all that stuff.
Right.
I'm sorry.
But what guys also, this point I really wanted to make is just, not only is it like the women are going to be acting different with the cameras in front of them, but also these dudes will do these like hidden camera things, right? Like where they're like filming people without their consent, right?
Yep.
And trying to show off their skills, right?
Right.
But what Lloyd, you need to understand is that they're also putting on a performance. Just because the woman doesn't know the camera's on her,
Right.
the dude does, and so he's
Exactly.
trying to make himself look like this. Oh, I'm doing this and that, and like look at all my skills. And it's actually completely bullshit.
Right.
And then they'll cut it up and all that stuff.
Right.
So
That's what I'm saying.
think about that, Lloyd.
Right. Because anytime a camera is on, right, there's going to be some level of performance. Just like right now, the cameras is on us. Like we're dressed up for this. Like
do you think I got up and put this makeup on today
Right.
for my health?
Right. And
No.
right. And on top of that, if I was to talk to a woman, right, because this is the thing, I've hooked up with lots of women that had boyfriends and husbands. I've talked about this plenty of times, right?
Okay.
Now, let's say I have a camera on a woman, and in her mind, she saw me from across the room and we're having a conversation, and she's thinking I would hook up with this guy, Locario. But now that she sees a camera, she's like, I can't publicly act like I want to hook up with Locario because I have a man at home. Do you see what I'm saying?
Now there's proof.
Right. You see what I mean? So these guys who are slow, they don't actually understand that things happen on the back end. So when a lot of guys watch these PUA things or people in the street, or the camera changes everything. Because just like in most people in their houses, most people walk around naked sometimes, right? If you knew there was a camera in your house 24/7, you'd probably never walk out anywhere in your house naked. You don't have, you know what I'm saying?
You'd be like, that is going to end up in the cloud. Somebody's going to hack me.
Right. So the camera alters behavior in some form or fashion. You see what I'm saying?
And it can't not.
Right.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, you know, if you do a Teams meeting or a Zoom meeting and you can see yourself, even FaceTime, like you can see yourself in the corner, you're looking at yourself. You're watching your facial expressions.
Right.
You're looking to see,
making sure you ain't got stuff on your face. You're doing all this. You know what I'm saying? So it's always going to be there.
Unless you literally take yourself off of the screen.
Right.
It's a natural thing.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's slick though. It's slick. They really do get you. But like when you use your brain a little bit, Lloyd, you'll get there, man. But just got to think a little bit deeper.
Right.
So appreciate taking my call. Have a good one, guys.
All right, brother.
Thanks,
appreciate
Sam.
the call, man. No, that's a fact. Because even, for example, guys, you know, like those videos where, you know, y'all see that guy, you know, the tall guy all of you love, where he's standing there and then the girls come up, oh, hey, blah, blah, blah. If you notice a lot of those videos, the women generally don't look at the camera. So if they're filming, usually if you're somewhere and somebody's filming you do what you do, you're going to at least once look and be like, who's this person with the camera? Right. You just see the girl talk to him like there's no camera there. Why?
I mean, even and we talked, I think you talked about this. I don't think I was on. We talked about the guy that was in Times Square.
Right.
We walked past him and I'm like, and he was getting filmed by just him. And he had like a guy with a camera.
Right.
And I was like, who is this guy?
Exactly.
And he was like, I don't know. And then he ended up getting ahead of us.
Right.
For somehow, I don't even know how. And then all of a sudden, people were like swarming around.
Right.
Him. Oh my God, it's so and so.
Right. I think he's like a streamer or something like that. People probably
I had
know.
no idea who this guy was, and whatever. But then, people act different because he has a camera. Like he probably could have been a nobody.
Right. Exactly. And shout out to KZ. He said you literally have to hold a conversation with a woman so she can feel you, and that's what I'm talking about. Yep. So, guys, that's what I'm saying. You got to create the situation for that situation to occur. So a woman having high interest in you is not just about you standing there and things just happen, you know what I'm saying? Because of, she has high interest. No, what happens is high interest happens as an accumulation of the experience the woman has with you.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's how it goes down. He said you can edit the footage of only attractive women coming up to you to perpetuate. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yep. I've never seen one of those videos where the girl was like some weird looking, super 300-pound over. Like I haven't seen any of those. Yep. You see what I'm saying? So that's the thing. So now let's get back to this talk of what a woman can't hide when they really want you. One of the things that women can't hide is how easy they make it for you and how pleasant they are with you, right? Yes. Because when a woman is really, really feeling you, she wants you to like her like a lot. She wants you to like her really, really bad. She's like, I want this guy to like me. I want this guy to continue to see me. I might want this guy to, be my man, whatever it is like that. So she's going to make this shit really, 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 really easy. You see what I'm saying? And so you guys have to understand, if a woman is giving you a hard time, if she's giving you resistance, if she's giving you excuses, right? That's the big thing, excuses. Because remember, if a woman says, well, I'm not that type of girl, you know she is that type of girl with somebody else.
Just not with you.
Just not with you. You understand? If she says, well, that's too far, can we meet halfway? No, she would go far for the other guy. You understand? If she says, oh, well, like I can't make it. Can we do a rain check or whatever it is like that? A lot of times what happens is when a woman really is really feeling you, she's thinking about you all week. She's already had you in the schedule. She's been thinking, she's been anticipating the date.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So that's the thing, is that they're going to make it super, super easy and real easy for them to get to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. I totally agree. I think, nobody wants to jeopardize what could be with somebody that they are physically attracted to, that turns into that sexual attraction, so on and so forth.
Right.
That's
a fact.
I think the other thing, and just as a side note, that women can't hide is kind of a possessiveness, right? So like,
go in, let her cook.
I mean, I honestly would tell you guys, if you match with someone on a dating app and then you meet and you're interested in her and you think she's interested in you, you need to, if you haven't already, you need to get her off the app, get her into text, and unmatch her. And I say this because very sane women become insane when they can watch where your miles are. How many miles away from her are you? When she knows, in reality, when you're home, you're 5 miles away. And now all of a sudden you're 10 miles away, or you're 2 miles away, or you're 1 mile away. That means you're with somebody else in her brain. And now that overthinking, possessive brain is like, oh my gosh, he is interested in somebody else. He's with somebody else. What is he doing with that person? Does he like that person more than me? Yada, yada, yada. So I'm telling you, as soon as you can, you need to unmatch this person. Like, once you need to meet her first, and then you need to unmatch.
Damn, that's crazy. Yeah, because you know,
I just personally think that, right? Because I think I'm a pretty sane person, but I will tell you, for as long as he kept me matched, it used to drive me insane when I knew, oh, he's this many miles away, he's that many miles away. Who was he with? How long did he stay there? Was it long enough for them to have sex? Like, no doubt, like it is a mind fuck. No matter how much, you think like you're not a crazy person.
I mean, well, that's a good point though. That's a good point because again, like I said, like when a woman, guys, you're gonna understand something, right? When a woman is really, really, really feeling you, right? You got to understand that. So I say this: women, they like men. They really like men. So if you get the feeling that it's hard to deal with her, she don't like you. You understand what I'm saying? It's that simple. It's that simple, meaning that it should be so easy to deal with this woman. And so if it's not easy to deal with her, she don't like you. You see what I'm saying? It's really that simple. Like there's not really much to it. So if you're dealing with a woman and it's like, hey, come meet me. Oh, I can't because this is going on and that's going down. And I don't know, maybe next week and this and this and that. She don't like you, right? Let's meet up. Oh, let's meet up for a drink. Well, I don't drink. Right. She don't like you.
For years, I didn't drink. And I still would go and meet people for a drink.
Right.
Like, there are plenty of other things that you can get to drink that are not alcoholic. And at this point in time, there are so many like mocktails on a menu because bars are finding people that are like really health conscious or whatever. They are not looking to add alcohol to their diet. So yeah, a mocktail is like the easiest thing in the world. Drink a water,
she'll come to the date and drink something else. You know what I'm saying? I've had dates where women came and they don't even drink anything. Yeah. They're just sitting there talking to me.
I mean, even like Starbucks, right? I don't like Starbucks coffee, but I drink their green tea like it's going out of style. So again, it's not like if somebody said, hey, let's go for a coffee at Starbucks, I wouldn't be like, oh, well, I don't drink coffee.
Right.
Like, okay, I can find something. Like, as long as something on the menu doesn't have onions in it.
Right. And see, if she hates onions. And see, this is the thing. The reason why a woman will say, if you say, hey, let's go get coffee. And she says, well, I don't like coffee.
Yeah.
Or let's go get a drink. Well, I don't drink. The reason why she responds that way is because she wants you to do something different that she would like because she doesn't like you. So she wants something else that will make it worth her while. So if you say, let's go get a drink, she's like, well, I don't like you, so I don't drink. Right. And then so she would rather you say, let's go get dinner, because she's like, well, I don't like you, but I do like dinner.
Right. I like to eat.
Right. I like to eat. So fuck it. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? And so what you got to understand is that if a woman actually likes you, then she's going to go along with what you're saying because she likes you. She just wants to be in your presence, period. You see what I'm saying? So she can't hide the fact that she wants to be in your presence. So if there's this thing of, I'm refusing the date because of what we're doing, then that means she's not into you, because it's not about the drink. It's not about the coffee. It's not about the ice cream. It's not about the walk in the park. It's about, can I be close to you? And if she feels like she, she's really feeling you, she's going to want to be close to you in any of these situations. Just like Kazak said, and Tay said, she will wake up thinking about you during the day, go to sleep with you on her mind, and dream about you. That's a fact. That's real talk. That's real talk. That's real talk. So you guys got to understand that. So understand that a lot of times what happens is that you guys are in situations where you don't realize or don't recognize high interest. So just like, again, like in that video that I did the other day, in the video, the girl said that he asked me to help him put something together with the furniture. Yep. He told me to get snacks. I got the snacks. He ate food in front of me and didn't even give me none. Right. And so,
I mean, that's kind of crazy. I'm not going to lie.
Right. And, but that's the thing. That's what I'm saying, where when the girl likes you, she's not going to require anything from you, but for you to be there in her presence. That's it. And also one of the things too, another thing that, women can't hide if they're really is feeling you, is that they will follow your lead. They will do what you say, within reason, unless you're a freaking psychopath. You understand what I'm saying? Like, they're not going to, and in some cases they might want some Bonnie and Clyde shit, but generally speaking, they're not going to, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're not going to go rob a bank with you in most cases, right? But if you just say, hey, can you pick up some stuff at the store? She's going to go pick up the stuff at the store. Right. If you say, hey, meet me at this place on Saturday, she's going to meet you at the place on Saturday. If you say, like he said, hey, help me build this furniture thing or whatever with the furniture, she's going to help you with that. Hey, help me do this, help me do that. So they'll do it because they like you and they don't want you to not like them. Is it really that simple? So when a woman really likes you, she's going to do the thing. So what does that mean? If she doesn't like you, she's going to refuse to listen to what you're saying. She's going to refuse. She's going to say, oh, I don't do all of that for this. And I'm not like, that, all that crazy stuff.
There will be resistance.
Exactly.
Sure. And I think that even I can say somebody that I used to hook up with, right? Mm. Everything was cool, whatever. And then there came a point where I was like, listen, if you want to continue to hook up, there has to be kissing involved. I love to kiss. I'm a kisser, whatever. And he said to me, you can't negotiate our intimacy. And I said, oh, but I can, because there was no longer that need for, this situation. So it's like, we can do things your way while I need you. And then when I don't, now I can put it out there and, now there's the resistance, right? Because I don't care anymore. So I think, again, it goes back to how you set yourself up from the start.
Right.
You can't be like this lackadaisical. And I think we were talking about this the other day. You guys want a woman that listens to you and does what you want, but you want her to take the lead. You can't have it both ways. Right. You want her to approach you. You want her to, give you choosing signals and make you comfortable. But then you want her to follow these weird little things like bring me this or help me put this together or do my laundry. And she's like, you're not leading me. What am I getting out of this? Right.
Yeah. And that's the thing. You got to lead, because the leadership is giving the woman the opportunity to follow you so that she can also solidify her position in your life. Because this is the thing. If you're telling a woman what to do, right, that also makes her feel good that you're actually including her in something that you want to do. Right. You see what I'm saying? Which makes her say, oh, okay, yeah, I want to do this for him because I want him to like me. And so the thing is that if you tell a woman what to do and she's refusing, that means that she's using you for her own particular agenda. And her agenda might just be to have, for your attention, but she doesn't like you. And so this is what we try to tell you guys. You got to look out for that.
And I think that goes back to the story that Miles told like a week ago about the parents that care.
Right.
And, and I had the same thing growing up, right? Like my mom, wanted to know where I was, and I had a curfew and who I was with. And, once people could drive, she wanted to meet the people that were going to be in the car. And it was all like, oh my God, this is so mortifying. I'm so embarrassed, whatever.
Right.
But then you come to realize that, those guidelines that were in place to mold you into the person that you are and make good decisions and so on and so forth, that was really your parents caring versus the parents that were like, I don't care, do whatever you want. Nope, you don't have a curfew. You don't need this, you don't need that, whatever. Right. So I think, again, it comes down to how you start. It just is what you want for yourself and how you communicate it from the get-go.
Right. And so, guys, if you have any questions, put a Q in the chat. We'll get to the questions. If you guys want to call up, call the numbers 844-672-7300, 844-672-7300. Call up, guys. So let's see what some of these questions saying. Said, I had smashed a woman on the first date, didn't hear nothing after date. I then reached out to set a date for Friday. She replied, her cats have appointments. I replied, okay, cool. Any thoughts? Please help.
Okay.
So well, her cats have appointments.
When she said cats, did she mean her vagina or did she actually mean cats?
Right.
Because what time were you trying to have this date? Because the vet is only open to maybe 8:00 at night.
Yo, she not feeling you, fam. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
it's not.
But and this is what I would say, right? This is the second person that's been in this chat in a week that has said, I either had this date and hooked up and I haven't heard from her. Why are you waiting to hear from her? Because I got news for you. The woman's waiting to hear from you.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
She wants to know that you have an interest in her versus you were just trying to smash.
Right. Let's see what this call is saying. 609. What's popping? Who this?
Yo, what's up? It's Rudy. I donated to Miles in the Game.
All right, that's what's up. So what's going on? What's going on?
Yeah, so I have one question, right? Because this is one thing I've been thinking about for a minute. Locario, when you walk up to a girl, right, and let's say you having a conversation with her. Now, let's say she's going back and forth with you, right? But let's say she's not excited, talking to you and stuff, like an initial conversation. I'm not talking about a girl who's rude or not giving you eye contact or her body which is clearly showing she's not interested. I'm talking about a girl who's let's say she's going back and forth with you. She's willing to have the conversation, but it doesn't seem like she's excited to talk to you. In your opinion, should those be the type of girls you immediately walk away from as soon as you sense that? And I'm only asking that because I've noticed from my experience that girls like that normally always, be on medium interest or on some bullshit. That's why I wanted to ask you that.
Well, what do you mean by she's not excited? What's the? Give me an example.
For example, right? Let's say she ain't smiling at you at all. She ain't touching you at all. Now I know at the end of the day that's not always 100% bulletproof because they could be attention whores as well.
Right.
But I'm talking about let's say she ain't smiling at you at all, or she's not touching you at all. She's just have a serious or dead look on her face is what I'm saying.
Right.
I mean, I have resting bitch face.
Right. So this is what I would say. It's not necessarily about if she's smiling or looking excited. It just, all that matters is she engaged in where you're taking the conversation? So meaning that, let's say, for example, you're talking to her and you go and introduce yourself. You ask her what her name is. She says her name, right? She responds to you, right? And then let's say you start flirting with her she could be flirting back with you, but she's just not excited about, she's not, her expression is not what you're expecting. So the problem is that you're expecting a specific expression or like tone or whatever. What I'm saying is pay attention to if she's responding to what you're saying and doing. You understand what I'm saying? So meaning if I'm talking to her and I'm telling her, like I'm flirting with her, right? Let's say, for example, I say some shit like, like, oh, you got some sexy lips. I've just been looking at your lips as you just said something. I forgot what you just said. You might need to say that again, right? So let's say I say that, right? And then let's say she just says, oh, well, I just said that I thought you were cute too, right? So now she's responding to me saying she thought I'm cute after I told her she was attractive, but she's not like smiling or going crazy or doing cartwheels, but she's responding to what I'm saying. Do you understand what I mean? So what I'm saying is pay attention to the stuff she's talking about and how she's responding to you more so than just how excited she's being. Because remember, a lot of times what happens is that you might be looking for something to validate what's going on in your own mind. You understand what I'm saying? Instead of what's actually happening. Do you see what I mean?
Like, does she seem bothered?
Right, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
no. That's not what I'm talking about. Like I said, like, I'm not talking about like she's bothered, like her body language, she's moving back on you, she's not looking at you at all. That's not what I'm talking about. Like those type of girls, they already know they're not interested in you. I'm talking about like she's engaging with you, like she's making eye contact with you. She seems interested in the conversation. It's just that her expression is not all the way excited.
I mean, maybe she just has a really dry personality.
Right. Or she could be a psychopath. No, I'm this serious. No, I'm that serious. No, there's a girl that I watch on TikTok where no. Well, listen, I don't know if she could be lying or not, but she said she's a diagnosed psychopath. So, and her expression is very dry. You know what I'm saying?
God.
So, you know what I mean? But what I'm saying is, or she might be on the spectrum. Who knows? Right? So what I'm saying is don't put too much stock into, if it's like this, I say this to make it simple. It's as long as she is not being negative or giving you negative energy, it's all good. You understand what I'm saying? So meaning that she could have a neutral look on her face, right? That's okay. As long as she's not giving you energy where she's pushing back or it's negative.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because you're right. Because you may not necessarily you don't know her personality and her style of talking or interacting. And that just could be like how she is. You understand? And somebody said some women are more shy too, right?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was saying reading this comment says some women are more shy too. Not all women will show a lot of emotion. Some of them will be more chill. Right, exactly.
Like, it's like not everybody's going to have that cheerleader personality that's rah-rah and like so overly excited. And, oh my God, I'm just so excited to be with you. La, 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 la.
Right.
Right? Like, it's the same thing like when I watch sellers, right? On a sales floor where they're like, you have those really like overly expressive, like they're loud, everybody hears them. And then you have like the silent seller that you never see it happening. And all of a sudden they're, ringing up $20,000.
Right. It's just like when you listen to rappers, right? You hear a rapper like Busta Rhymes who's super animated and excited, but then you have 21 Savage, right? They're both still rapping. They're both still rhyming words, right? They're still going to the beat, right? But one is more excited than the other. So just because 21 Savage is not as animated as Busta Rhymes doesn't mean he's still not making music. Does that make sense?
But I would not suggest seeing him in concert because it was such a bore when he was there with Drake. A bore.
So that's what I'm trying to get you to understand, caller. Do you understand it?
Yeah, and I understand. And like I said, the excitement doesn't always mean nothing because sometimes they could be attention whores as well. So it was like I was just wondering that because this is something I've been wondering for a long time and stuff. So
but also too, and Rudy, this is what I say too is that this is why you guys have to make sure that you're out here, being consistent and practicing because the thing is, see, whenever I talk to a woman, I already know the responses that I'm looking for. You understand what I'm saying? So meaning that I'm not like thrown off by how a woman's responding, I already know exactly what I'm looking for her to say and do. So no matter how she's saying it or doing it, I already know this is what it needs to be for me to continue or to not. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that you're still sort of like trying to figure it out. You're still in the figuring it out stage because you're saying, well, I'm wondering, does these signs or these cues mean this? You see what I'm saying? That's basically what you're asking. But what I'm saying is that when you're used to talking to women and you know exactly what you want, then what happens is no matter how she's coming at it or with it, you already know exactly what you're looking for. So you say, okay, she's just the type of person that's a little bit more chill. This one's a little bit more excitable, right? But what happens is this. You can have an excitable girl who's an attention whore, or you can have an excitable girl who's really about it. Or you can have a chill girl who's an attention whore, and you can have a chill girl who's really about it. This is why you got to make sure you understand what you're looking for in a situation to know whether or not it's what you actually want to happen. You see what I'm saying?
No, and I totally see what you're saying. I definitely do just got to be more consistent and stuff. So I definitely see what you're saying.
Right, exactly. Because you don't want, because this is the thing. You might misinterpret her not being excited as her not being interested. Right? Which it could be. You understand what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is you have to be able to discern the difference. You see what I'm saying? Because if you're not able to discern the difference, then what could happen is that you could be in situations where you end up sort of walking away from a situation that could have been something. You see what I'm saying? But you was like, oh, she's not smiling, so therefore she don't want me. And all girls who want me smile. You see what I'm saying? Like if you have that sort of like thought, then that's the issue. Now, I say this: all girls who want you will definitely cooperate. You understand what I'm saying? So you see what I'm saying? So that's what you're looking for. Look for cooperation first versus the excitability. Do you see what I'm saying?
Like, and I'll tell you, like, the first time we met, I got out of the Uber.
Oh yeah.
And your initial thought was,
oh yeah, I thought April was mean as hell. I was like, listen, when we
just by the look on my face.
When me and April first met, like she came out of the cab and I was already at the spot. As soon as she came out, I looked at her and I said, this ain't gonna work. That's what I thought in my mind. You see what I'm saying? Because I was looking for the smile. You see what I mean? But so what I'm saying is, and April was just kind of like more laid back or whatever and kind of chilling. And sort of had like the just like a sort of the stoic face look in her demeanor. So off rip, because I was looking at how excited she was, I prejudged and was like, oh, this ain't gonna work out. You see what I'm saying? But I was wrong. You see what I mean? That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Right. And I definitely see what you're saying. And I've definitely done hooked up with girls who, like you said, weren't always like, you weren't like, let's say, excited initially and stuff. But I just thought because like when you know how Rosebud said, hey, how you doing? You think I give a fuck about how you doing? I thought like what he meant by that is you're looking for that initial excitement, like when you hear how her voice sounds when she talks to you. I thought that's what he meant by that.
That's what I'm saying. How her voice sounds is a metaphor for how she's responding to you. You see what I'm saying? Overall, that's what it's not necessarily just her being excited. Is this woman responding to you in a way that's showing interest? That's what it means. Just like, so when I met April, it was like when we started talking and interacting, I was like, okay, she's responding in a way that's showing interest, the way I'm showing interest. So all you're looking for is she showing interest to you, right? So the thing is that interest is you're interpreting the interest as just based on the surface level, just like I did. I was like, oh, she looked like she mean. She this ain't gonna work out. You know what I'm saying? Like that was me being surface level. So mean. You see what I'm saying? That's the thing. And that's why Gabe is important, because what happens is that you can't necessarily look at shit like read a book by its cover. That's why when I tell guys, when guys are like, oh, it's all just about looks, it's like, yeah, a girl could think you're handsome, but that's not the end all be all. You see what I mean? Because you got to go deeper. Everything matters. Everything in the situation matters. So it's not just the tone, it's what's being said, it's the whole entire vibe of the situation, it's how she's responding to you. All of that stuff matters. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, you definitely got to put on that, because I can't tell you the amount of times I'll talk to a girl at a bar or a place or someplace like that, and she'll be like, oh my God, you're so handsome, you got beautiful skin, this and this and that. and then I try to make something happen. It'll be like, I got a boyfriend. Oh, I'm not that type of girl. So I'm like, what was the point of you calling me handsome then? Like, what was the whole point of that?
That's welcome to women. Welcome to women. That's
but like you said, though, as soon as I tell them exactly what I want to happen, they always reveal their true colors anyway.
Exactly. That's what it's about. All right, caller.
Okay. I appreciate you, Locario. I just had thoughts on that, but I appreciate you clarifying that.
All right, cool.
Thanks, Rudy.
Yes, sir. I'm out at you, man. All right, peace. All right, man. So let's go back to some of these questions real quick. And you guys, you can call up. Call the number is 844-672-7300. Yeah, we already did that one. It says, isn't that insanity good for a man with game? Because now he's on her mind 24/7, and when he does hit her up, the impact is that much deeper.
No, because he's probably talking about like making the girl crazy.
Like,
if you don't unmatch her.
Well,
I mean,
it
yes,
depends. It depends.
But
it depends.
Yeah.
Because this is what you got to understand. So a lot of guys, this is what happens. A lot of guys want a woman to be kind of like obsessed with them, but it's more so for ego reasons, right? But also, if you don't have, what do I say? If you don't have real, like, if you're not really interested in her, you understand what I'm saying? Then it could be dangerous too, because if you're in a situation where, because like, this is the thing, if a woman is obsessed with you, but you're not like feeling her, I'm not saying you got to be obsessed with her, but you're not feeling her, right? Then like, or feeling her like they like, yeah, I'll smash here and there, whatever, right? What happens is that because you are not feeling her like that and she's obsessed, that's going to make her more obsessed, because the polarity of you not feeling her is going to make her want to chase harder. You more. Yes. Right. You see what I'm saying? Now, the thing is that if y'all feeling each other at the same level, it's good because y'all have that. It's almost like y'all both are passionate about each other. You're like, yeah, I like her. She's like me. Everything is cool. Right. So the thing is that if you know a girl is obsessed with you like that, but you're kind of just like either, and this is what most guys do, you string her along, you act like you want something that you don't, you do a lot of non-sexual stuff with her. So now she's going to think, oh, this is going somewhere. I'm falling for you and all this other stuff. But the whole time you just want to hook up. Right. You're not really taking it seriously. So that could be dangerous, because then that can make her get even more obsessed as you're pulling away. And then that could be an issue. You see what I'm saying? So the thing is, but the thing is this, is that if you actually really, really feeling a woman and she's feeling you, right? Her obsession becomes more of like, it's not like, how do I say? It's like, not necessarily like it dissipates, but it becomes more, it goes from, yes, it goes from obsession to more like comfort or like security, like, because now she's like, I know he likes me as much as I like him. You see what I'm saying?
I'll tell you, the first time I opened Bumble and he had unmatched me, I was like, what? Like, oh my gosh, now I have no idea where he is. Mm-hmm. And, it was like, I was like, damn. Mm. But it also made me a lot more like relaxed in our situation.
Right.
Because I wasn't checking all the time, because it when I tell you, it can become obsessive. Like, you're like, where is he? What's he doing? He's not with me. He's not responding to my messages. Like,
right. And a lot of guys like that idea, because they like the idea of the woman wanting them that bad. But this is the key part. She's really not necessarily wanting you that bad. It's like she wants the idea of you wanting her that bad.
Right.
So that's what she's obsessed with. The idea of, because she likes you, but the idea of you wanting her just as much as she wants you is the obsession. So what I'm saying is that if you don't really want her like that, then that obsession can become dangerous, because then it turns into resentment. You see what I'm saying? It can turn into that. Now, if you are feeling her and she sees that you're consistent with her because you're feeling her, then the obsession subsides, and now it just turns into more of, I love this guy, I appreciate him, I want to be with him, and so forth and so on. You see what I'm saying? So you guys got to understand the difference between that. So, you know, it can, obsession sounds cool until it's not. You feel what I'm saying? Until she's showing up at your job, or, you know what I'm saying, doing some crazy shit. Because, you know what I mean?
You know, that single white female.
Exactly right.
Situation, or
just keying up your car, like, you know, she gonna show up to, you gonna be on a date with another girl, she gonna show up randomly, like, who's this bitch? Well, it's like, you know what I'm saying? You don't want it to get there. You know what I mean? It's crazy. So it says, April, how challenging was it in the beginning, Locario, when he wasn't going on dates with you, talking or texting on the phone, and only giving dick appointments and politely walking you out? These niggas are the worst.
Well,
these niggas are the worst.
That actually wasn't really our situation.
Right, our situation
was different.
A whole different thing.
We did not talk on the phone. We still don't. I mean, we talk on the phone a little bit more now. But, and it's funny because on our first date, I said, well, you know, when can I like call and text you? And he was like, you can call and text me anytime. But I didn't, because, you know, I think people say they're in an open relationship, but who knows? And where are you? And, you know, what are you doing? And whatever. And I was really busy at that time. I was traveling a lot. And so I had shit going on. But, you know, when we first got together, we had a lot of like short little dates, I want to say. And then it kind of transitioned to him coming to my apartment a lot. And then because we had these short little dates, probably several months in, I don't even know if you'll remember this, I was like, are you embarrassed to be seen with me? Because we never go out. And do you remember that?
I don't even remember. I think I kind of remember it, but I can't. It's like vaguely.
And he was like, oh my God, no. And then, you know, and it had probably at that point been at least 3 to 6 months when I finally asked that question. Because initially it was like, our first date, we went and got drinks. Our second date was, we met for a coffee. And then I was like, hey, do you like guacamole? And he was like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, great. Like, do you want to go get guacamole and have a couple drinks at this place? And so, you know, because I invited him, like, I was like, hey, I had only brought my phone to Starbucks because I thought that's all we were doing. So I'm like, I need to stop by my apartment and get my credit card. And then our third date, we went for drinks and popcorn.
Oh, at the
House of Wax.
The thing. Yeah.
And so, and then that was kind of like it. Like, and that was like the end of the dates. And that was just honestly because he had a situation going on. Right. So it couldn't just be a dick appointment.
Right.
Like,
because
God intervened.
Right. Because I told this story before is that, so I had, what was it called? Like, I had something where my dick was fucked up. Like I could, like when I got hard, it was hurting and shit. So I couldn't do anything sexual. You know what I'm saying? So then I was like, but I still wanted to, like, you know, we were still communicating. So I was like, yeah, let's go do this and do that. But then after that, it was kind of like, we just was like chilling after a while. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that was the crazy. See, when you be smashing too much, shit could happen to your dick sometimes. So you gotta be careful.
God was like, I'm not going to let you lose this one by trying to rush a situation.
It's crazy. So that's what made me believe in God, because I was like, because usually what I do is we meet and then by the second time it's you know, we hooking up. So God was probably like, you know, if this girl say no, you're gonna leave. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like we got to make sure that your stuff ain't working. You feel me? So it was that type of shit.
And then he had an eye infection.
Oh yeah.
And so he was like, oh my God, now I know this girl's really feeling me because she's willing to meet me. I have shades on and an eye infection.
Right. It was crazy. So this says, can you elaborate on the truth is inside you?
We would love to. This is like the most amazing sign. I wish you guys could actually see beautiful. It without the lights. Like, because right now there's 2 lights shining on us, plus all the lighting in here, because it's super like glowy. Actually, my profile picture is the sign, or my avatar, whatever. It looks so good. It looks so good. But anyways, elaborate.
K-Zach said, damn, y'all was trauma bonding. That's funny. That shit is crazy. So what was we at? Oh yeah, so
elaborate.
So basically the truth is inside you means this, is that, remember, the truth is subjective, right? Meaning that what happens is that you understand what you actually want and who you actually are. The problem is that society is telling you who you're supposed to be and what you're supposed to be doing, right? So the thing is that you have to check in with yourself and say, hey, am I really living the life I want to live? Am I doing the things that I want to do? Am I, when I'm in this relationship, am I talking to the types of women I want to talk to? Am I, making the type of money I want to make? So these are the things you ask yourself. And then you say to yourself, you know what? Actually, I want to do some other thing, or I want to go in this direction in my life, or I like this situation I'm in. So it's really just being honest with yourself. So we say the truth is inside you. We're saying that you understand what you actually want. You feel what I mean? So that's what it is.
It's really already there.
Right.
Like if you're looking for outside factors to help you determine who you are, what you're about, what you want to do with your life, it's not the outside noise, right? Like it's how you feel about you, what you want for you.
Right.
Not what the world wants you to do, not what your mom and dad think is right.
Exactly.
We've heard lots of people talk about, Charlie Kiefer's talked about his family and, you can't do that and you shouldn't treat people like that. People that have cut people off. I barely speak to my dad just because, at this point, I'm like, I'm a grown adult. And I think that if this were not my family member, would this person remain in my life?
Right.
And the fact is, when I think about it, I'm like, just because you are related to me does not entitle you to my time when I think you're being disrespectful.
Right.
So you have to earn that just like anybody else. Like, okay, fine. When I was a kid, like it was what it was, but that's not the case now. Right. So sorry.
And it's real talk. Let me see, where was we at? So my question is similar to Pickett's, but the woman I smashed on a first date raised a lot of cats. And also she have an appointment on the day I asked her to meet. So Locario, you say she lost interest.
Not necessarily. No. I guess, again, it depends on what time. Like if you're asking her to meet at 8:00 at night or 9:00 at night, and she's telling you she has a cat appointment, she's lying, I'm sure.
Right.
But I think.
But this is the thing, if she had interest, right? That's what I was gonna say. So if you say, "Hey, let's meet," she would say, "Oh, I got a cat appointment that time. Can we meet after? Right. Can I meet you before? Is tomorrow of it? Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, is she asking you? Is she trying to find ways to see you? And so I'm saying is her bringing up her cat sounds like she's trying to put a barrier between you and her getting together.
Yeah, potentially. And I think like even when we had our first date, then he messaged me and said, "Hey, I'd like to see you again. I don't know if you said, are you free this day or when are you free or whatever?" And I literally had to say to him, "I'm not sure. I have to look at my travel schedule. I'm going to have to get back to you." And I remember he was he was thinking, "Oh my God, like, what if she doesn't want to see me again? Because I really like this girl."
What are you talking about?
Oh, come on.
April's trying to hit these narratives out here.
Listen, you know how much he likes me.
April's trying to write she's writing her own.
You just don't want me to out you?
No, April's trying to write her whole love story. She's like, Locario was sitting there, twiddling his thumbs.
Waiting for me.
Waiting for It's like she was smooth with it. Exactly. Oh my goodness. But all I'm saying is that if the chick is feeling you, she's gonna find a way to make it happen. So what I'm saying is, because this is the thing, this is what sometimes they'll do too, is that let's say she actually had a cat appointment. Sometimes the woman won't tell you she has a cat appointment. She will see you and then reschedule her cat appointment.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying, where the fact that she's even bringing that up is an issue.
But I think, again, it depends. Like, are you trying to see this person at 2:00 in the afternoon? Then, that's like, okay, it's 2:00 in the afternoon. Like, people got shit to do.
Right.
But if you're, trying to see her at 7, 8 o'clock at night and she's like, I have a cat appointment. I'm like, come on.
Like, man, that's crazy. That's just crazy. So this says, when you and April met, did you have a hint or already know she was going to be your girlfriend? Did it take time for her to earn her position? And was it exactly the vetting process, or you changed certain things?
So let's clarify. And so, Octorati, I think that's how he says his name. He said he never heard our story before. So I'll kind of give you guys the gist. When I first moved here from Florida, I lived in Jersey. So I lived in Jersey City, and we matched on Tinder. But I worked in Manhattan. So, he was like, hey, we should get together, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, sure. But he always wanted to meet at 8 o'clock at night. And I was like, I can't do 8 o'clock. I would get off at I think I got off work at 5:30. I'm like, I could meet you between 5:30 and 6:30. But if it's going to be at 8 o'clock, then you got to come to Jersey, because I'm not going home to take care of my dogs and then coming all the way back into the city to meet you. And he was like, nah, I'm not coming to Jersey, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay. And it literally, we just could not coordinate a time. And it wasn't anything. It was just it just kind of fizzled out. Right. Then I moved to Brooklyn a couple of years later. And I moved in February. And in April of 2019, we matched on Bumble. And I messaged him and I was like, hey. And he was like, hey, weren't we supposed to meet before? And I said, yes. And he said, are you free tomorrow for a drink? And I said, yes, I have 2 hours. And then
we met up, and then
there. Did you know?
Oh, you saw? Did I know that he was going to be my girlfriend?
Want me to be your girlfriend?
No, not on that day. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean? I thought you immediately fell in love with me in my mean face.
So not on that day. So basically, what it was that
he knew by the time he had his eye infection.
Right. No. As time went on, I was like, okay, I like the fact that she's consistent and there's no problems. There's no issue. Do you see what I'm saying? And this is what I'm saying, because I was attracted to her. She was attracted to me. So the attraction was mutual. This is what I keep trying to tell y'all. She had high interest in me. I had high interest in her. You see what I'm saying? So when we were talking and engaging, it was super easy. You feel what I'm saying? And then because it was easy and we kept being consistent, then I was like, yeah, this is potential to go in that direction. You see what I'm saying? That's what it was. He said, Locario, it was like, we matched twice. This has to be fate.
No, but go to Wicked Scorpion.
he said, April's having her own reality of what Locario and April's been through.
Well, see, there's his version.
Right.
And then there's the truth.
No, I'm saying it's, but it's but that's what I'm saying. It's just really
But the vetting process took place. I did not become his girlfriend until
a year in.
Yeah, almost a full year.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say, I was also very specific, because at the time, he had his wife and his other girlfriend, and then obviously I was watching his live streams, and I remember one day he was like, and he talks about this, the woman needs to choose you again. Where is this going? What are we? Blah, blah, blah. And I said to him, just so you know, I will never ask you that question because this isn't going anywhere. I am what I am. And like that's all I'll ever be to you because you have a wife and a girlfriend. And I was fine with that.
Right. All right, let's take this call. 832 is popping. Who this?
This is Jay Houston. I donated tomorrow.
All right, that's what's up. What's going on with you, man?
Chilling, man. Having a good ass time, man. Yo, what made you? Well, first of all, was your program together when you had ran into April, or you were still kind of working it out and getting the kinks out of it and everything?
No, it's always together. All the program is the way you like to do shit. You know what I'm saying? So right. That's always there. But again, a lot of guys don't have a program because a lot of guys just go with the flow based on how hot the woman is. You see what I'm saying? Or how hot they think she is. You see what I mean?
No, I feel like, because you were saying y'all both had high interest, and you said that you wasn't doing the stuff that you normally would do, like only fucking and no dates. No.
I said that I couldn't have sex because I had a injury on my dick. That's what I'm saying. So
shit.
That's what I'm saying. So that's why I said our situation was totally different. So what I'm saying is that if I didn't have the injury on my dick, then it would be a different situation. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
Right. So that's what I mean. So what I'm saying is that the same protocol or situation would have happened. It was just that unforeseen circumstances caused that to not happen. And so the thing was I didn't want to not keep it consistent just because my dick wasn't working. You see what I'm saying?
No, I got you.
So
what did you do to test up a high sexual interest then?
No, we still like kissed and stuff, and all. But what I'm saying is we weren't having like sex as I couldn't have sex. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, I got you. Okay, that's what's up then, man. That's what's up.
You see what I mean?
Don't be telling all our bedroom secrets.
I thought Locario like vanilla regular. He don't be doing no crazy shit.
Exactly. All right, well.
No, but it's all cool. Y'all be cool, man.
Yes, sir. All right, brother. Appreciate the call, fam. All right. But yeah, that's what it was, man. I'll tell you. Let me see what other questions we have here.
He definitely wasn't pillow talking.
Right.
Trust me.
Hold on. Where was we at with the questions? It says, best way to make a chick unlearn her behaviors from her previous simp. Well, listen.
Don't act like one yourself.
Right. Just lead, bro. Just all you got to do is lead. That's it.
You have to be you. What does he have to do with anything?
Right. Exactly. Because if you're that guy, she's going to follow you, and that's going to be
you'd have to give us an example probably for us to help you. But I mean, if you're not giving off that simp behavior, then it shouldn't matter one way or the other.
So it says if a chick says she doesn't know when she's going to be free for a date and says she doesn't like being rushed, is that, that's that you charge that to the game. That's a wrap. She not feeling you, my guy. That's a wrap.
I don't like being rushed. Like, come on.
So it says,
because trust me, if she liked you, she'd be like, when can I see you? When can I see you?
Exactly,
when are you free? Can I see you again tomorrow?
Mm-hmm.
Like, can you stay over tonight? Like all the things.
Mm-hmm. So this says, where there
were. I think he meant were.
I guess there were. Okay.
Was there a time?
I guess he's saying, was there a time guys almost broke up due to the non-monogamous relationship? Did April stay because of how much you love Locario? Did you stay for him, or you tried it because you wanted to explore? Of course, AJ Leno would say this because
AJ Leno, I think you really just need a whole consultation about non-monogamous relationship. I don't think there was ever a time that we've almost broken up.
No.
I mean, first of all, it's so funny because again, going back to this Love is Blind, right? All these parents, friends, and family they're meeting are like, well, have you fought yet? Have you had an argument? And we're like looking at each other like, we've been together for 6 years and we've never. We don't. And so of course all these friends and family are like, that's a red flag. I don't think it's a red flag. I think it's more of a red flag if you're newly in a situation and you're fighting, because that's just not good, right? But I think because I knew from the jump what his situation was, and that's why when you've asked questions before, AJ, I have said, like, to me, I think it's really important to put that out there from like the moment you meet somebody. Like, if it's in a dating profile, are you, ethically non-monogamous? His dating profile said, I live a non-monogamous lifestyle. So I knew going into the first date. So our conversation when we were sitting there, I was like, tell me about this, because I don't know enough to know if I am or am not willing to be an active participant. But I knew I liked the way he looked.
See, it's all about looks, guys.
To go on the
she
date.
confirmed it. It's all about looks.
No, but I think that initial physical attraction was enough to get me on the date, and I was curious. So,
but I don't understand, because according to the internet, I'm a sub 5.
That's okay, because what did Mystery call me yesterday? A mid something. I don't know. I was like, oh well.
It couldn't have been the looks. I'm a sub 5 out here in these YouTube streets.
Yeah.
But let me see what these other questions say. It says, Mr. Carr, why did you meet April for a second date knowing you couldn't smash? Because I couldn't smash, I had to keep the situation going. Because if you're dealing with a woman and then you don't be consistent, then shit goes away. You see what I'm saying? So when you guys are consistent, I'm talking about you got to be consistent and get to the smashing. You see what I'm saying? 347, what's popping? Who this?
This Limitless from the chat. I asked a question about discipleship the other day. I just sent you the $5 to your PayPal.
All right, that's what's up. That's what's up. Appreciate it. Got you. So, what's your question?
All right, what's good too, April? I ain't trying to leave you out. So, my question is about the video you did the other day with the female, and she was talking about the therapy session that she had. So basically, what I got from that is, so when you're talking to somebody, since the game is about you, you're really just talking to yourself or just seeing yourself in them and talking to them. And when yourself from them says something to you that you never thought about, it just reveals more about you to you.
But yeah, it's the experience you have teaches you about yourself. You see what I'm saying? So for example, if you talk to a girl, y'all go out, everything is great. You had a great time. Everything was on point. You laughed, you all of that stuff. Everything was cool. Right. And then let's say you're thinking about, I want to see this girl again. And then y'all set up another time to get together to see each other. And she's going to, you say, hey, come by to my crib, whatever. She says, cool. Can't wait to see you. Next thing you know, she flakes. And then on top of that, she never talks to you again. Right now, you might start, let's say you feel angry about that. Right. So what happened is that the experience taught you that you still you feel that way because of this happening. You see what I'm saying? So now you got to say to yourself, damn, well, I'm angry. Why am I so angry about this? You see what I'm saying? Then you start getting into self-reflection, right? So that's what the game is about. The game is about you constantly focusing on you. You see what I'm saying? Because now you're upsetting yourself based on what happened in the situation. So now you can say, damn, well, I don't like feeling this way. I don't need to upset myself because some girl flaked. It is what it is, and I'm gonna keep it moving. So now you might be in a similar situation in the future where a girl flakes on you that you really was interested in, and then now you're not as upset because you already self-regulated from the last time that happened. You see what I'm saying? So now you're stepping up your game by being able to handle those situations, even though you couldn't handle it like you did before. You feel what I'm saying?
And if you had listened to your spleen,
exactly. They don't know about that. That's from Love Is Blind. Right. But that's but that's basically what it's about. It's about you always checking in with yourself.
Yeah, because I know like every situation that I'm in, if it's a good situation, I can make it happen again because I'm the common denominator of that situation. So if I'm talking to a female and we're having a good conversation, the conversation is good because I'm talking to myself that I see in her. So I'm basically liking myself that I see in her.
Right.
So I'm basically talking to myself because me inside her is talking back to me. So if I say something, well, if the version of me that says something to me from her says something that I never heard before, it's basically revealing more of me to me. So it's not so much. That's why you say the game is about you. Because when in the video you said if it's about her, it's also about her in her own perspective.
Right. Exactly.
So
exactly. Because remember, everything is just a reflection. It's all a mirror. You see what I'm saying?
mhm.
Your reality is a mirror, right? So just like if you're in a mirror and you like, let's say you're in a mirror and you smile, the reflection is going to smile back. You see what I'm saying? And so if you frown, the reflection is going to frown back, right? So a lot of times what happens is that the things that you're feeling and the things that you're experiencing is just a mirror of you. That's what it is. So the thing that tricks you is to thinking that, oh, well, it's about her because she's in front of me and we're talking and we're interacting. But it's still you feeling the feelings, you experiencing the situation, you having to deal with yourself in all of the situations that you're in when you're dealing with the woman. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, so that's why you say everybody's connected,
Right.
Because, and also that's why you say also have a relationship with yourself. Then you'll be able to have a conversation, a relationship with somebody else, because you're basically just talking to yourself.
Exactly.
So everybody is seeing themselves inside of everybody else.
Exactly. And that's why when you become more aware, because a lot of times the spiritual teachers, they talk about enlightenment and all this other stuff. That's why when you become more aware, it's hard for you to do harm to somebody else, because you see other people as you. So it's like, just like you wouldn't slap yourself in the face or put a knife in your knee, right? Because you don't want to hurt yourself.
Because that's disrespectful to yourself.
Right,
so you wouldn't disrespect somebody else.
Exactly. You see how that works? And now if you, and the opposite is true. If you hate yourself, then what happens is it's easier for you to hate other people and to do harm to other people. Why? Because the same hate you feel in yourself, you want to project that to other people. You see what I'm saying? So that also happens too. You see what I mean? So that's what people got to understand when you become more aware, right? That's when you understand things a little bit more clearer. And then that sort of reflects in your behavior and your thought patterns and how you go about things in life. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, so now I understand why Steve's saying he don't really want to get to know them. He's more focused on himself, so then he could just have a conversation. So since you're like everybody's in everybody, you say everybody's connected. So when somebody they're not seeing eye to eye, or they're not really compatible, is not enough of you in them to have a conversation with, basically.
Yeah, and also it's the thing is that you being incompatible has to happen in order for you to find the people you're compatible with. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, because
so there has to be there has to be incompatibility, or else you couldn't be compatible with anyone. You see what I'm saying? Because the fact that you're compatible with someone means you're not compatible with the other person. You see what I'm saying? So that's why when guys are trying to force a situation, they're trying to pass a woman shit test, they're trying to chase a woman, right? What they're doing is, this is why they always run into problems, because what they're trying to do is they're trying to force compatibility when there is no compatibility. You see what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah, so they're basically, the only reason is like them trying to convince her because they're trying to convince themselves.
Exactly. And that's the thing. And also they don't believe in themselves. So if they believed in themselves, they would say, oh, well, why am I trying to force this when I can just find what is for me? What is it, a match for me in the situation? Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
That's what it is.
So that's why you say it's always about you, because
exactly,
no matter what will happen for the reason that it's going to happen.
Exactly. That's a fact.
Okay.
All right, brother. I appreciate the call.
I appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
All right, thanks.
All right, peace. All right. Let's get some more of these questions real quick. It says, Ms. Carr, have you encountered or had personal experiences with women who felt disgusted or had a negative reaction towards a man's cum or semen? I'm aware that such women are sexually incompatible. A negative reaction towards a man's cum. I mean, I don't, I've never
like, oh my God, don't get it on me. Or like, has an allergy to it.
Yeah, I'm confused by that one. What do you mean by negative reaction? Yeah, we need to break that down. What if she can't make the hookup because she's on a date with a simp? Do you leave her alone or tell her whatever whenever she's available to come through? Well, the thing is, you need to schedule a hookup. If you schedule the hookup, then you have a specific thing scheduled for you and that girl to hook up on that day and that time. You see what I'm saying? So if she's on a date with a simp or a date, just in general, right? And you calling her to try to hook up, that means you're just randomly hitting her up. You got to schedule these things. You see what I'm saying? Like there has to be a schedule. It said, if April wanted you to tell her every time you go on dates with other women and when you have sex with other women and that she didn't want to be with other men, would you cut her off since she deserves to know? What? I'm confused by that question.
Would you cut her off or she deserves to know?
Or she, okay, I read it wrong then. Well, the thing is that I don't really like to talk about those things because it's fun. I'm a very private person to everybody in my life. So basically everybody who knows me doesn't really know me like that in a sense, meaning like there's certain, like, so people know me 85%. You understand? And I would say like people who are like close to me might know me like 90, might. And then there's that 10% nobody knows. And so the thing is, I'm super, super, super private in a lot of cases, even to people I'm close to. So if I'm private to people I'm close to, you know what I'm saying? Like there's certain things, you know what I'm saying? Like there's certain things I think about that I don't talk about because I'm like, I know people can't even handle that conversation or thought. And there are certain things that, you know what I'm saying, that I just don't necessarily get into. So things that I do on my own or things that I do on my own, things that I do with, my woman, that's what I do with my woman. It's just that simple. You know what I'm saying?
You're not really answering this question.
What's the question?
If I wanted you to tell me every time you go on dates or have sex with other women.
Would I?
Yeah.
Oh, no, absolutely not. That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't do it. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm saying. That's what I was answering the question. That's what I mean by I'm private. So what I'm saying is, so this is the thing. And it was funny because even on the Love is Blind, on the Love is Blind show, something like that kind of occurred. You feel what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So what happens is that, and this is what is weird about relationships, is that when people are in relationships, they believe that they're entitled to you in all ways. You understand what I'm saying? Which is ridiculous. So just because you're in a relationship with someone doesn't mean that you are entitled to know about everything, talk about everything, have to be all up in their shit. That's not what it's about, because you're still an individual. Right. You're still autonomous, right? Now, there are things that should be discussed and talked about based on the actual relationship because it's relevant to the relationship. So right. I'm not going to keep anything from April, and she's not going to keep anything from me that could be detrimental to the relationship. You see what I'm saying?
Or to his health,
right.
Or my health.
Exactly, right. Like those type of things is one thing. But a lot of times what happens is that when people get in relationships, it's like they low-key believe they own you. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, hell no.
Don't I?
You know what I'm saying? Nah, you know what I mean? So that's the thing. You know what I mean?
In the version of my story, I do.
Right. So, what was we at with this? So it says, if I approach a woman in front of girlfriends, male and female, would she be embarrassed? Does she answer for herself or worried about what others think? Do cock block have the right to what?
Curb her agency.
Yeah, I gotta learn how to write. I'm just like, y'all are killing my brain with this.
It could be that he was running out of space.
Right.
So first of all, he has a program.
Oh yeah, on the
Bad
Boy
membership.
That's a fact. It's a fact.
Somebody, and I can't remember who, says this in the chat all the time. Like 99.9% of your questions would be answered if you freaking people got on the Bad Boy membership.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know what you're waiting for,
right.
Honestly.
That's a fact. You guys got to get up on that membership ASAP.
But would she be embarrassed? I don't know that she's going to be embarrassed. It depends on what you're saying.
Right, exactly. If you're just going up to a chick and saying some goofy shit, you know what I'm saying?
And if you just walk up to her and start talking and they're in the middle of something and you're interrupting, that's embarrassing for you. And it's kind of rude, truthfully. Right. And do cock blockers have the right to curb her agency? That depends on how strong of a person she is and how easily she's influenced by her group of friends.
Right.
So,
exactly.
You know, again, for the how to do it the right way, you need to get on the Bad Boy membership.
That's a fact. Get up on that membership, people. So this says, can you make a Bad Boy membership on the power of a power, intention, and a part 2 of 7 spiritual ways to step up your game? And will the approach reborn on the member later or stand? Okay, so he's saying, so the approach.
Lots of questions.
I know, right? For real. So yeah, so yeah, I could do another joint about the spiritual stuff because I'm definitely into all that. But the program Approaching Reborn is only on the Massive Game collection. So you guys got to go to shoplocario.com, get this program, because I have a program called Approaching Reborn where I talk about different ways to approach, to step up your approaching and all that other stuff. So go to shoplocario.com. Remember, the discount price is from now up until August 31st. So you still got like 6 days left. You feel what I'm saying?
31st Sunday. Yeah, through Sunday, you guys. Yes. 11:59 on Sunday it ends.
Right.
And I just want to say, because I can't remember who put it in the chat last week. The interest that you would pay on your credit card is way less than what you are going to pay if you wait and have to pay full price.
Right.
So you would be able to pay this off in a couple months with a couple months of credit card interest.
Right.
That difference is going to be far, far lower than what the actual original price is going to be.
Right. So this says, what was it about Locario's bone profile that caught your eye? What feelings did it initially give you once you two matched?
I feel like it's so long ago. Let me think. I mean, he had a good profile. You know what I mean? Like, I am definitely a bio reader. I think he had a really good bio, which you would know if you had a good bio if you were getting an online dating profile with us, consultation.
Oh, yeah. Right. So wait, are you talking about this website right here? Are you talking about this website, shoplocario.com?
I am talking about shoplocario.com. You could have a girl that looks that happy if you got an online dating consultation with us.
That's a fact.
I'm just saying.
That's a fact.
I mean, we did, and I talked about this just a little bit in the chat, and Mr. Locario talked about it on his live the other day. We did an online dating consultation at 10 o'clock at night, you guys, which you guys don't know me, but I don't love to do things late at night. Like, and I will tell you, it was probably one of our most fun dating consultations that we did.
Right.
And we had like a really good time with him. Because he was already a little bit more advanced and whatever, but helping him get a bio straight and whatnot, because he had no bio.
Right.
I just think like you guys are so missing out. Like if you don't take the opportunity to invest in yourself, and that's an investment.
Right.
And you walk away with a lot of really great information. But I think kind of going back, like he had a great bio. There were things about him. Obviously his pictures looked great. And there was just like, again, this curiosity, like his bio said, I live a non-monogamous lifestyle. And I was like, okay, well, I've been trying to date all these monogamous guys and that's not really working for me. So let's see what this one and what this situation brings.
Right. That's crazy. So this says, how do you keep things spicy to keep the high interest over time? Nothing. So okay, let me say it like this. Let me say it like this. What I mean when I say nothing is you have to just be you the entire time.
Yeah,
because that's what she okay. Because remember earlier we was talking about how a lot of people think, oh, high interest is just you just walk outside and a girl has high interest in you because she thinks you're a Chad or some stupid shit, right? What I'm saying is that a woman, she's attracted to you because of who you are. So if you just be who you are the whole time, that maintains the high interest, right? So now what happens is that what makes a woman lose interest in you is because you stop being who you are because of whatever reason, because of her, because society told you, because whatever, you're stopped doing what you're doing.
All of a sudden, you don't have a life of your own.
Right. You want some other shit.
April and Locario.
Right.
Like it's all one word, right? Mm-hmm. You still need to have that life outside of her.
Right.
That's just yours. Mm-hmm. So that you can, and he says this to me all the time because I'm like, oh, why can't you just stay? And he's like, because you need time to miss me.
Right. Exactly.
And I hate it, but he's probably right. Right? Like
that's what I'm saying. Because if I didn't give you time to miss me, you'd be like, man, get out of here, man. I'm tired of you. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Exactly. That's what would happen.
Exactly. But I think also, and I've talked about this before, because if I could figure out a way to like elaborate on this, I would probably write a book about it. Mm. When I was getting divorced and then I started dating other people, I realized that kissing is a really important part of being able to keep that sexual chemistry alive in a relationship. Right. And the more I talk to people, pause.
Go ahead. I think it's is this Efosa? What's going on?
I donate $5 to April.
Oh shit! That's what's up. What's going on with you, man?
Okay, so can women have high interest to a man to her hating the man and want to delete him?
Wait, what? Say that again.
Can she have high interest in what?
Can women have high interest to a man, high interest to a man to her want to delete him? Yeah.
Wait, you saying can a woman have high interest and that makes her want to delete him?
No. I'm saying that can women have high interest to him, but through time, she hates him, then they want to delete him. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so he's saying can a woman have high interest and then over time start to hate him and then want to delete him? What are you talking about?
I just want to know. I want to know that.
Well, I mean, if someone's crazy enough, they can delete you if they feel compelled to do that, if they have that in them to do that. But I don't think most women, if they hate you, they're going to try to delete you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there are some stories that stuff like that happens.
When you're saying delete, you mean unalive?
Right. That's what he said.
Yeah.
Right. Oh my! I mean, listen, I would say it's got to be pretty bad, but I don't actually think it's always that bad, right? Like you hear about these women and they try to hire somebody to do this because they just wanted to be with their new boyfriend and whatever. Some of these women, to his point, they're like psychotic.
Right.
Like the guy didn't do anything. They just, maybe he's trying to take the kids, in the divorce and whatever. And like, she doesn't want that to happen. And so she's trying to minimize that as an opportunity. But, I would say then it was never truly unconditional love. So she may have had, that initial high interest, but they probably should have never been together. And there were probably major warning signs in the early stages of their relationship. And I don't know how long you've been listening, Fosa, but we talked about like the Love is Blind thing. And the parents and the friends and the family are talking about, have you had your first fight yet? Because if you haven't had a fight, that's a red flag. And we've talked about the fact that that's not a red flag because we don't fight. Like I said, well, we've had 2 major arguments. We've fought twice in our relationship. And then he was like, when? And I said, this time and this time. He's like, That wasn't a fight.
Yeah, we just had
it was a disagreement.
Right.
I said, well, what is a fight to you? And he said, a fight is like, I said, oh, like my neighbors. I have these neighbors that, thank God they're moving out. They scream at the top of their lungs, slamming doors, like shit. Arguing, crying. I hate you, but I love you. And like, it's just a mess, right? But I guarantee you they had issues before they ever got married.
Right. So Efosa, my thing is that if you are around a woman who's trying to unalive you because she hates you, then you've been around her too long and you've messed up. Run. So you should have already seen it coming before it's coming. So if that's the case, if you see that energy is shifting, you got to get out of there. You feel what I mean?
See you now 5. See April now 5. So I got another question. And now 5.
Okay, what's the other question?
Okay, so it's similar. Let's say that like she had high interest in you, but if you stunt her, let's say you cheat on her many times, you get herpes, something like that, like you like, you know what I'm saying? Like let's say she has high interest in you, she had high interest in you, but you do her dirty. You know what I'm saying? You cheat on her, you get her herpes, you get her something like that. Like you do horrible things to her. Then that led her to want to unalive her. You know what I'm saying? That's what I meant.
Because you've now affected her life.
Right, but Efosa, what's up with all these questions though? Is somebody trying to unalive you, man? Like, what's going on?
Are you
I saw a story that women have hot injury him. Now I'm saying she was obsessed with him.
Yeah, because what happens is the problem. What happens is that when you guys are manipulators and liars and all over the place, then that's what happens. Where a woman could get scorned and then something crazy go down. That's why I tell you guys to be real with women, let them know what it is, and only deal with women who have high interest. And when they're showing, because remember, if a woman has high interest in you and then she starts to hate you after a while, her hating you means she doesn't have high interest anymore. So why would you still stay with a woman who doesn't have high interest in you anymore? You see what I'm saying? So once you see she doesn't have high interest in you anymore, it's time to pack it up. You feel what I'm saying? That's what it's about. You feel what I mean?
Yeah, because there's a woman who killed her, and she killed her husband and herself in a barber shop. You know what I'm saying? You heard that story?
I mean, I've heard stories like it, but you know what I'm saying? But we don't need to go too deep into all of that because you know how YouTube is. I ain't trying to, you know what I'm saying?
We're not trying to flag this.
Right, exactly. All right. So we appreciate the call, Efosa.
Thanks for your donation.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. All right.
Can I go back to finish telling my story?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
So what I was saying is, and if I could figure out how to expand this thought, I would write a book, right? So keeping the relationship, spicy, I think was the original question.
Right.
So when I started dating after my divorce, I realized how important kissing was at the end of my divorce because like we just could not get back to a place where it was where there was that sexual attraction. And I really do kind of blame it on that falling into that routine and taking each other for granted and that whole kind of thing. Because then I got to a point where I felt like if I were going to kiss him, it would be like kissing my brother. Like it wasn't, I had no interest. But I remembered that when we first started dating, I loved kissing him. So then I started talking to people about it on dates. Like, talk to me about like your longest relationship or your last relationship. And oh my God, this girl was crazy and blah, blah, blah. And it ended horribly. And, we don't talk anymore, whatever. I'm like, okay, so when you first started dating her, no matter how horribly the relationship ended, when you first started dating, how much did you love kissing her? And all of these people said, oh my gosh, when we first got together, I loved kissing her. Like we would have these great makeout sessions and blah, blah, blah. And I said, okay, at the end of the relationship, how often were you kissing her? Like kissing her like that passion kiss, like kiss her like you love her. And most everybody would say, I don't remember the last time I kissed her like that. And I realized in that moment that is the key to longevity, in my opinion, is you really, and I had somebody ask me, because I was married for a long time, and towards the end of a couple of years before my relationship ended, I had somebody say to me, how do you stay married to the same one person for so long? And I said, let me come back to you. I got to think about it. And I came back and I said, I think you need to kiss her like you love her every single day.
Right.
Like, it is really, really a thing, because maintaining that butterfly-y kind of feeling, that excitement that you get when you kiss that person, maintaining that feeling is a whole lot easier than trying to get it back once it has dissipated.
Right. That is a
so
fact.
That's my story.
So Jasper said, when you're approached in the street, do you prefer a man to make eye contact with you first or no?
Well, as opposed to what?
I guess opposed to just like randomly
walking up and
approaching,
staring at the ground.
No, like let's say a guy,
like
just,
if he just approached me and I didn't realize
you
he
weren't
was
even
walking up to me.
Yeah, you weren't even paying attention to him. He was walking, minding business. The guy's walking towards you, and he's like, "Hey, what's up?"
I feel like most people actually don't make eye contact with me because I kind of and if they do, I don't even notice it, because I kind of walk around with like this very like glassy look. I see people there, but I'm not so focused on if they're looking at me, you know, are they making eye contact with me? So I feel like I don't need somebody to make eye contact with me to approach me, because I'm probably not even looking at them directly, because like we walk through Times Square and he sees celebrities all the time. And I'm like, where? Because I wasn't really, I wasn't looking at faces enough to know that we just passed, what was that lady's name?
Naomi Watts.
Naomi Watts.
Yeah.
Like he's like,
we just passed Naomi
that's
Naomi Watts.
I'm like, where? Like, show me.
It's hilarious. Says Locario, I'm so proud of you could have agreed to a date at 6 p.m. with April. Locario, why didn't you go on the date since it was a time issue? If April was interested, what? I'm confused.
I don't even know what
I don't know. Yeah.
You're going to have to re-ask that.
Rewrite that. I'm like, what are you talking about? April, so after you told Locario you wasn't going to choose him twice, did you go back on your word and then ask him after a while? What?
I did not.
What's he talking about? Choose you twice. What are you talking about?
When I said, I'm just so you know, I'm never going to ask you where this is going.
Oh, okay. I was like, what's he talking about?
I did not. He actually brought up the conversation.
Right. It says, I keep getting fat chicks to swipe on me on Tinder. I love shapely BBWs, but they're not, they just fat. Does this happen to you, Locario, or is this something I'm doing wrong on my profile? Well, this is the thing. If you're just getting the fat chicks that you don't want, right? Then what happens is that you're going to have to go outside and meet some BBWs that you like, because this is the thing. You got to remember, if you're swiping on everybody, right, you're going to just get a bunch of matches from whoever. You understand what I'm saying?
But also, if you had a profile, a bio that lent to what you were looking for properly, you might not have that issue. So
that is true. So you should
consider
that
getting
is true.
An online
you definitely
dating
should get a consultation. You know what I'm saying?
We can help you.
You definitely should get a consultation. But the thing is this, truthfully, a lot of times it's really y'all aren't doing enough, or you're not setting your shit up a certain way. You see what I'm saying? But I would tell him too, also get your ass outside too. Because you know what I'm saying? Sometimes what happens is you guys, you know, you want to have the online thing too, but you want to also don't exclude outside. You understand what I'm saying? Don't exclude that at all. All right, so we're going to go another probably 15 minutes. We're going to wrap it up. So if you guys want to call up, now's the time.
Yeah, we got things to do.
If you got a question,
he needs a coffee.
Exactly. I need a coffee. I need some some food.
Croissant.
Yeah, we got to get that cracking. It says, how many approaches a day to get comfortable with women? I saw your video on approaches, just finished college and starting to go out based in New York.
Well, okay, New York, you like New York City or New York State?
Right.
New York City, you should be making hundreds.
Yeah, well, you always say 25 a day. You know what
Minimum,
I'm saying?
25 a day.
At least. Just go and talk and say hi or whatever. And you know, when I say 25 a day, I'm not even talking about just like in person approaching. That's part of it, but also holler at girls on online dating, holler at girls on social media, whatever. You want to be making contact with at least 25 women a day to get yourself used to doing it.
But I think that if you're gonna end up in New York City, like, and I say this all the time, I think people, if you are uncomfortable and you're very outcome dependent, you should be talking to everyone, not just the people that you're like, I would do her. Like, you need to talk to the old lady,
right? You got to get
to talk
practice.
To the mom. You need to talk to the grandma. Like, you need to talk to everyone just to work on your mouthpiece, because truthfully, because of, you know, that 20 to 30 something. I mean, at this point, I don't even know what the age really is that didn't start with cell phones, but like, your primary form of communication is text. And so most people don't have the ability and the skill set to have ongoing in-person conversations.
Right.
You need to practice on that. So I would say, and talk to guys too. Like, it could be like, you know, obviously in a platonic, like kind of cool dude kind of way, but like, talk to everyone.
Right.
You know, talk to the barista. What's your favorite coffee? Like, do you have, talk to your waiter. Like, what do you suggest? Talk to the bartender. Like, what's good on the menu? Do you have a specialty drink? Like, just talk to everyone.
Real talk. It says, do you believe interracial dating could work? Because sometimes women are switching, saying it's not you, just me, or I'm not the one you're looking for. What?
So, well, I think we're proof that interracial dating can
like,
work.
what are you talking about?
But I think if people are easily or overly influenced by their family and friends, then it could be them and not you. Like, maybe they really are interested in you, but they know that if they continue to invest their time in you, their family's never going to accept you, and their family is more important to them, and their family's opinion is more important to them than their relationship is with you. And like, again, we're like seeing that on Love is Blind. Like, these people that are like, I love you, I want to marry you, but if my mom or my friends don't accept you, I can't go through with it. I think that's the most ridiculous thing in the world. Like, if how can you say you love this person enough to marry them, but if somebody in their life doesn't accept you, they would then let you go? Then they don't love you.
Right. They
like you a lot, but they have conditional love for you, and that's not somebody you want to marry and be in that kind of relationship with anyways.
So I date this chick for 2 months. Last time I told her to meet, she says she couldn't make it without giving an alternative date. We haven't talked for a month. Should I unfollow her on Instagram?
I just wouldn't watch her Instagram stories and stuff like that, but I don't know that you need to unfollow her.
Yeah, I mean, just
and
keep
I
it
wouldn't
moving.
chase her.
Yeah, just keep it moving. Don't even like give it a thought. You know what I'm saying? Because even having to go there to look at her stuff and try to unfollow is just like you're doing way too much. You're putting too much emotion into the situation.
Yeah.
You said, how do you keep going to the next woman? You just put one foot in front of the other, and then you walk up to the next woman and talk to them. What are you talking about? Says I'm really heavy. I'm not really a heavy conversationalist when it comes to women. I have minor sense of humor. I do have the capability to lead and get straight to the point. Is that bad? Should I step up my game? Well, this is the thing. I don't really like. I'm the type of person, I don't really like to talk that much either. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what do you do on dates?
Yeah, but
you have date conversations.
Yeah, like I have conversations on date. What I mean by that, I don't talk. I mean, I don't like to talk too much in like the approach or in, like I don't text girls and be on the phone with them about nonsensical stuff. Like I only talk in the points where it's relevant. So the thing is that what I would want to know about you is what's going on in the particular situations you're doing stuff in. So are you talking about when you're on dates or you're dating a woman, or are you talking about just initial approach? Right. You know what I'm saying? So I would need to know which one you're talking about. Okay, this is the question he asked. What's the next Bad Boy membership program? I'm not sure yet, but I'll let you guys know in a minute. It says, follow up to my previous question, more like don't get it on me, or the woman is too quick to wash off your cum after you came.
Well, I mean, what's too quick? Because I'm not letting that shit sit on me. Like, what the hell?
What is he talking about?
I mean, and it also depends on where, right? Like, if you're anywhere near the opening of a vagina, like I'd be like, don't get it on me either, and be very quick to get it washed off, because I'm not trying to have super swimmers get up in there and get me pregnant.
Right, exactly.
And wear a condom, goddammit.
Basically. It says, can you compare and contrast the Massive Game Collection versus the Bad Boy Package? So the Ultimate Bad Boy Package, which is on MrLocario.com, is less programs and it's cheaper. The Massive Game Collection is more programs and it's going to be more money on September 1st. So this is why I'm telling you guys to go to, because right now the Bad Boy Package and the Massive Game Collection are the same price right now, because the Massive Game Collection is on a discount. But as soon as September 1st comes, the Massive Game Collection is going to be more money. So this is what I'm telling you guys. If you get the Massive Game Collection, what you're getting is you're getting the same thing you're getting on the Bad Boy Package, but more for the same price right now up until August 31st.
So go and look. Each one talks about
what's in it,
what it has, but go and look and cross-reference it. And just to mention again, because, I want to make sure that if anybody joined in, somebody had written in the chat last week, and I thought that this was a really great point, that if you bought the Massive Game Collection on a credit card today and were able to pay it off within the next couple months, the interest that you would be paying on it is far less than the price increase that's going to happen on September 1st. Right. So by all means, and if you're on the fence, like where should I start? People call and ask him all the time, right? Like, where should I start? If you are thinking of getting this, or, doing that, or getting this other thing, get this one now, because it's on a sale. Right. This is not going on sale, guys. Like, this is it. It's a launch. It's like how the vetting process was. Like, it's going to go up. It's going to go up really significantly, because nobody in their right mind is going to give away a package like this where programs are only $41.54 per program. That's like unheard of.
Exactly. So make sure you guys get up on that. All right. So let's get some more. Is there a way you can control a woman's interest level? No. So what she's interested in you, how she's interested in you, just is what it is.
She is or she isn't.
Exactly. So he says, so if she would be embarrassed by how she is approached, would that make being direct very risky, as it can put the woman on the spot or in the spotlight? Well, this is the thing.
This is why you need to get on the Bad Boy membership.
You guys need coaching, because y'all don't see, in order for you to be direct, you have to have social skills. So a lot of you don't have social skills. So a lot of you think being direct is just randomly walking up to a woman and saying something crazy. That's not, you know what I'm saying? That's not being direct.
Well, and that's not how any woman wants to be approached, especially in a group of people that she's with. Because again, he's talked about this before. You don't know if that's her friends. You don't know if that's her coworkers. I'm not trying to have somebody come up and, out loud in front of my boss say, hey, just so you know, I'd really like to fuck you.
Right. And that's because
you're a total creeper.
Right. And that's because a person would do that when they don't have social skills. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying, where you guys need to have social skills. You know what I mean? So it says, Locario, you said before that a man should always have his appearance on point. Do you feel like what you're wearing at times will attract a woman? Well, yeah, that's the thing. It's like, well, the thing is that you should be wearing what you like to wear.
Yeah.
And what happens is that because you like wearing it, you feel good in it. And then that in turn makes you attractive because that energy you give off because you feel good in how you're looking and all that other stuff is attractive to women.
But I've said before, he's probably the best dressed guy I've ever seen in sweatpants. Like most people, like when I put on a pair of sweatpants, I just look like, you know, short and dumpy because I'm 5 feet tall.
Right.
He looks like a freaking supermodel.
Yeah.
And I'm not lying. Like
He said
literally like because he's accessorized, he, you know, it's not just like, it's never just a pair of sweatpants and a t-shirt. It's like, and some chains and earrings and, you know, and a hat or glasses. And so it's a look with him, even if he's going out with me to walk the dog. Because trust me, we've been out walking the dog and people are like, yo, Locario. And I'm like, God dang it, man. Can I get a break?
Oh, we didn't do this one. It says, can someone be a bad kisser if the compatibility is high? Is good kissing a direct correlation to high attraction and compatibility? Well, the thing is, if they're a bad kisser, then you're not compatible.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? That's the thing. Compatibility means that you guys are basically, you know, on that same page on all aspects. So if the kissing is bad, that means that you guys aren't compatible with that. So therefore, it's not compatible.
Right.
You see what I mean? It says, how does a woman go from high interest to friend zoning you?
Because you're not consistent.
Right. You're all over the place.
You're the one that had sex with her and then you're waiting for her to call you a week or a month later because you didn't want to do it yourself.
Exactly. This says, when it comes to making online dating profiles, do you agree the concept less is more? It depends. It depends on, how less it is.
Right.
Because you might need some more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it all depends. But this is why you guys should go to shoplocario.com, get the online dating consultation. It says, he said, I'm talking about the initial approaches. I talk and open up while being on dates and interactions. Yeah. So if it's the initial approaches, you can just make it very, very regular and basic as far as, introducing yourself, flirt a little bit, close the deal. That's it. You don't got to do too much. You just keep that shit pretty quick. He said, I don't know if you answered already, but what's both your thoughts on looking through each other's phones? Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
And I think, it's funny because we were talking the other day and I said, I've seen him open his phone 1,000,000 times and I have a way of memorizing numbers, right? So like when we were buying things for his apartment or whatever, like I'd be like, or I buy movie tickets. I'm like, hey, give me your credit card number, whatever. He's told me 1,000,000 times. I probably, if I really thought about it, I could memorize all of his information.
But we don't do that.
I don't, and as many times as I've watched him open his phone, I don't know what his passcode is. I don't know if he knows mine. I don't really care. I also have no interest in looking in his phone because I don't, and we were talking about this not too long ago. I was like, I don't want to see how you're communicating with other girls. And he said, oh, I don't communicate with other girls. It's like regular. I said, okay, I don't want to see how the other girls are communicating with you.
But I'm
not interested in that.
Right. But this is the problem also too with going in people's phones is that, and this is what I was talking about earlier about being,
not everything needs to be.
Yeah. About being private and having your own stuff is that there are certain things about your life that's only supposed to be for you.
Yep.
So, and you guys have to understand it. Like I'm gonna say that there are certain things in your life that are only supposed to be for you. Not your girl, not your sister, not your brother, not your mom, not your best friend. It's only supposed to be for you. And I
don't think I don't think that's selfish. And two, I don't think that it means that you're doing anything wrong. I just think it really is just for you. That's like everybody's entitled to their private something. I mean, at this point, your phone is like a diary.
Yeah, it's like
the way a diary used to be,
right,
or a journal, or whatever. Like, if you wouldn't go looking through somebody's journal or their diary, why do you want to look through their phone? Because
and on top of that, your phone is like your own private. It's like your own private thoughts. Because this is the thing. The reason why I say it's only for you is because if another person sees what's in your phone, they're going to interpret what they see based on how they feel about what they saw. Well, what they saw was never for them. So what they saw or what they're feeling about what they saw is not accurate. You understand what I'm saying? So for example, let's say if you went to your girl's phone and you saw even like, let's forget her talking to another dude. Let's say she was talking to her friend. You saw a text through her friend, text thread through with her friend, and they said some private shit that was supposed to be between her and her best friend. And she said something to her friend about something she did, years ago before she met you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And now you're feeling some type of way about what you read and you don't like that. That was never for your eyes.
Right.
Ever. And that had nothing to do with you, but now you're judging your girl or whoever based on what you saw that you were never supposed to see. That has nothing to do with you.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So what happens is that you're taking on situations and circumstances that have nothing to do with you, but now you're making it have something to do with you because you're seeing it through your own perspective and your own perception based on what you think the situation is with you and the person you're with. So that's why it's like, it doesn't make sense to be going through a motherfucker's phone. It's like, nah, listen, if you're together with someone and you guys are together, y'all do exactly what y'all supposed to do in the relationship, period.
Yep. That's
it. And then make sure the relationship is on point based on what you guys are doing in the relationship. You see what I mean? So this
man with a cigar said he didn't want to hand over his phone because his porn collection's in there.
His porn collection's
and
in.
Jillian said, "Me too. Me too."
That's
as
crazy.
a matter of fact, not too long ago, he was like, "You keep it in your phone." I'm like, "Of course I do. I'm not trying to go looking for things every single time I want to do something." He's like, "Let me see."
That's funny. So let me ask this question. I think we have maybe one more question. We can wrap it up. Okay. So, is it true unattractive men with confidence, style, hygiene, cologne, communication skills, etc., can get a lot of attractive chicks? Well, this is the thing.
Where's the dun dun dun?
Right, exactly. That's an oxymoron. You said
unattractive to who?
See, this was he said, can unattractive men with confidence, style, hygiene, cologne, communication skills. If he has all that, he's attractive.
Right.
What are we talking about?
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? This is why, because you know what he's really saying. How does a guy who is not handsome but has all these other things attract women?
Big homie, you need
you see what I'm saying?
Coaching.
Need some coaching from him. That's what I'm saying. So last question. If I know that you've been waiting all this time for someone as sexy and as attractive as myself to come over and talk to you, so I came introduce myself, is this too much for a street approach? Nah, go.
I think it's good.
Yes, go say that. Make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Go say that. Make it happen. But you got to remember, you got to still follow up. See, the problem with a lot of you guys, y'all say these things, and then when the girl responds, then it's a wrap. You understand what I'm saying? Then it's a wrap. So you guys gotta learn how to do that stuff. But guys, listen, we about to wrap this shit up, man. Make sure that you guys go to shoplocario.com. Make sure you guys go to masculineidentitymembership.com. Make sure you guys go to what else? CunninghamElements.com and badboymembership.com.
Charlie Kiefer, thank you.
Oh, he said, so Charlie, we're gonna get you on the next show because I gotta wrap this up. But we got you on the next show. So just call in for the next show and then we got you. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I appreciate everybody tuning in. You feel what I'm saying? He said it's going to say that thinking that it's automatically going to lead to sex. Right. So guys, listen, make sure you guys get on the massive game collection. You got 6 days left. 6 days left. Do not wait. You feel what I'm saying?
Pay the small amount of interest on your credit card.
Facts.
I'm telling you, it'll be so worth it.
Right. Anything else you want to say before we wrap it up?
Just look, the truth is inside you.
Facts. And we out of here, people. Peace.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game, and I want to introduce you to the massive game collection. This is 24 products that I've done over the past 2 decades, right? That you're going to get for one low price. Check this out.
Now, in the massive game collection, you're going to get my audio and video programs, seminars, and ebooks. These audio and video programs include How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day audiobook, The Bad Boy's Guide to Dating program, Master Approaching Women in 30 Days or Less, The Magnificent 10 Crucial Dating Tips for Men, Man Up, Principles Every Man Should Live By, The Abundance Mindset, How to Date Multiple Women Successfully, The Confidence Booster, Become the Man Women Naturally Desire, The Conversation Booster, Know Exactly What to Say to Spark Attraction, The Secret Woman Code, 7 Things Women Do to Deceive and Play Games, The Simple Way to Talk to Women, What Every Man Should Know About Sex, Dating, and Relationships, and Stop Being Nice and Friendly, How to Escape the Friend Zone for Good. Now, the seminars you're going to get are Expectations versus Reality Seminar, The Bad Boy Seminar, The Truth About the Game Seminar, How to Pick Up and Date Multiple Women Seminar, The Manhood and the Game Seminar, Reclaim the Game Seminar, and Step Up Your Dating Game Audio Seminar. And the ebooks that you're going to get are Looks Don't Matter ebook, How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day ebook, The Bad Boy ebook, and 60-Second Game ebook. This collection covers everything you need to know about attracting and maintaining beautiful women in your life. This is what you're going to learn: how to approach women with confidence, overcoming your fear of rejection, mastering conversations and how to flirt, improving your appearance and presence, dating multiple women without drama, staying out the friend zone, understanding female psychology, and much, much more. I've noticed that many men today are either afraid to approach women or have given up entirely, thinking it doesn't work anymore, right? I see a lot of videos on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube of women saying they don't want to be approached. And then they're saying they want to be approached. And guys are confused and guys are frustrated at approaching women. And so what I've done is that I've created a brand new program, right, that is only available on the Massive Game Collection called Approaching Reborn, to motivate you guys to really go out there and approach. So this program, Approaching Reborn, is going to give you 5 easy, proven ways to start approaching women again without fear of constant rejection, right? So inside this program, you're going to learn the mindset shift that makes approaching natural and stress-free, also an approach style that drastically reduces instant rejection, and then 3 powerful ways to approach women in different situations for maximum results, and more insider tips when you check out this program. So not only are you going to get all these other programs, you're going to get this brand new program called Approaching Reborn that's going to teach you how to really go out there, approach, and get the results that you want. How much will you need to invest to get the Massive Game Collection? Now, keep in mind, you're getting 24 products. So if you were to purchase each of these products individually, it will come up to $2,185 if you got all of these combined. But you're not going to have to invest that much today, because from now up until August 31st, 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can get the Massive Game Collection for the low price of only $9.97. That's it. Only $9.97. So that means you're saving more than $1,000, right? Guys, let's be honest. You've probably spent more this year simping, tricking, going on dates with women who don't like you and waste your time. So now's the time to stop making the same mistakes you've been making and invest in yourself so you can get what you want out of the dating game.
Now remember, you have from now up until August 31st, 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to get on the discount price of $9.97, all right? Because on September 1st, the price is going to go way up. So make sure you click the link below or go straight to shoplocario.com right now to get the Massive Game Collection today.